YouTube, today we have the best settings for 2025 Year 10 Season 1. I'll be going through all of my settings and a little bit of Siege X settings because by the time you watch this video, in a few months even, it might be helpful. Here are all my settings that I have for my peripherals to like basically everything how I play the game. So if you have a question about that, watch it to the end of the video. Obviously, we go to options. We'll start from general. I'll go very fast. I'm not going to yap too long. Ping. Like this is like, you know, seeing the red pings, the yellow pings. Yes, keep this on. Display. I don't really care about my FPS too much, but you know, if you are having some lag spikes, I would probably advise putting that on or even seeing your ping. Dark glare, like if you get flashbanged, yes, I want this on because I don't want to literally go blind. Cycle inside cameras, I have this, well, I have it off. Actually, I think I keep it off because this way it goes to your Mozzie drones, your Twitch drones. I keep this off though. That way, you know, you don't have to press random buttons and go throughout. Diffuser pickup, I just have it both. Sometimes you need to hold press F on it. Sometimes you don't want to pick it up. I just have both on. Invisible throw trajectory, this is like when you throw a grenade. I would advise having this on. I use it a lot for my grenades. Very, very helpful. Drone after prep, I have this on manual. This way, if you have a pre-placed drone, someone spawn peeking, it doesn't take you off immediately. Match replay on. Text channel, I actually have this off. But since I'm doing solo to champion, people actually accuse me of cheating, so I have it on. Otherwise, turn it off. There's no need to argue with people in all chat. Waste of time. Crossplay. I mean, PC has no option. You're forced to have it on for now. Crossplay communications. Have that on. HUD. Now, this is like, you don't really need to do much with this. I recommend playing around with it. But, you know, some people like to turn off the compass. If people want just less things on the screen, then it helps. But it's not going to change much of the gameplay. It's like purely preference. I actually have my health on number only. I don't know. I saw it one time and I just have it on. Everything else is pretty much the same. General reminders I have off. Everything else is on though. But if you see people play competitive, they have scoring off. But dude, just keep scoring on. You need to see if you destroyed a K-Claw or not sometimes. Versus update, this is like the 3v5, 5v5. I just have it on. Helps. That way I'm going to look at the screen. But going on to audio. Now, with Siege X audio, we all know that it's going to be different, crispier, more directional. I use earbuds, so if you are wondering like, oh, what's a good headset I should buy? First of all, I want you guys to get this out of your head. You are overcomplicating audio. Oh, but like, you know, like does earbuds here different than headsets? It depends on the model of your brand. Some skull candies from the gas station are going to sound worse than a HyperX headset. But some people don't want the headset dent, or it's like heavy on their head, makes your ears itchy. That's how it is for me. But I use earbuds because my ear holes are large enough, and I like the sound being like very condensed in my ear. It's personal preference. I recommend trying both so that way you actually know. So if you use a headset, I recommend using hi-fi. I used to recommend night mode for everybody until I realized that hi-fi is actually better just for like how the sound is like all around your ear for the most part, but it's not that complicated. But for the most part, I know it's better to use hi-fi for a headset. And then night mode compresses loud sounds and quieter sounds to the middle, so that way sometimes you might hear footsteps more on night mode, but it's not too big of a difference. But I recommend it for any kind of earbuds. Master volume, I always have around like 80. I don't know why, but maybe my Windows settings have just always been a little, I adjust the Windows settings mostly sometimes, but if I'm warming up, I turn it down. But if I play in game, it's around like 85. In-game sound effects, this way like gunshots are not like the loudest, but they're like not, you know, super sharp. In-game music, I have that off. I play my own music. Menu sound effects, this is like clicking buttons like this and all that. I recommend having like 50. Menu music, again, I have that off. I don't need to hear all that. Voiceover volume, this is like if the Chonka gets shocked by a Twitch drone, it sounds like he's getting his leg chopped off and he goes, oh, or castle. Could be the most minor inconvenience. I also don't need to hear that my teammates reloading like 5 rooms away from me, so I have this a little bit lower. Voiceover, I don't know why it's on maximum. I just have it on. HQ, voiceover, okay, so I had a question in the chat not too long ago, but if you are deaf in one ear, I recommend using mono. Otherwise, just use stereo. You don't need to do that. Mute on focus, have it on. Now, this is important too. Audio input. Guys, if you sound like talking through a tin can, please put it on your actual mic that you use in Discord. Your output device should be your earbuds, right? Or your headset. And then voice shot volume, obviously, let's say you have a talking squeaker on your team, got to turn that shit down. Otherwise, turn it up if someone's hella quiet. Voice chat input mode, I just always have push to talk. Nobody needs to hear the vacuum or the smoke detector in your background. Put that shit on push to talk. No one needs to hear your baby crying either. Voice chat input, this is basically how loud you are. So if you're really quiet, you gotta turn this shit up. Voice chat sensitivity, this is like, so if it's lower, then they won't hear as much, but if it's higher, they'll hear your keyboard and everything. So like kind of have that in the 75%. Display, obviously whatever TV you're playing on. Resolution, do the highest that you can. People ask me all the time, like, oh, do you play 1440p, 500 FPS, like 4K? Guys, you're playing a video game. You're not watching a cinema, so don't worry too much about it. 1920 is like the max you need to see. I don't need to see a character with how they look like on max graphics. This causes a lot of confusion. People be like, well, why are you on 60 hertz? I'm not on 60 hertz. Borderless basically makes it the Windows settings. My Windows settings, my monitor settings are 240 hertz. Just know that like this basically, so that way I can like tab out like this. So if I like need to do this, my game doesn't like blast screen for like 2 seconds and I can click around my monitor and I'll be fine. But yeah, if I do full screen, that takes too long. Aspect ratio, I play on 3:2. So if you see how I go 4:3, it gets super stretched, but 3:2 doesn't look that stretched. It still looks pretty much like 16:10 at that point, but play around with it. There's no such thing as the best aspect ratio. Play what is comfortable for you. Try out different ones if you want. VSync I have off. FPS limit I have off. Widescreen letterbox, do not recommend. Makes your games look weird. FOV, now people be like, oh, 82 is best, 84 is best with 4:3 or whatever. Like, bro, just play on 90 at first because more FOV, you just can see the game easier, and then turn it down for preference, but stick with 90. If you're ever on 60, just know you're limiting yourself. Abuse the fuck out of the FOV. HUD display, I think this is a very underrated aspect of settings, because if you look at right here, like this is an example, right? You see how like my game looks further away? It's like I can almost like make my own aspect ratio. If I make this bigger, right? Let's say I go on 4:3, it looks stretched, right? And then if I turn the HUD display all the way down, then it almost makes like my own 3:2. I know it's a lot to take on, but go into a custom game and test out all of this. And then brightness, I recommend going no higher than 60. Like, obviously you should look at your own monitor too, but anything under 60 is fine. Graphics, I always have on the boost if you have a NVIDIA. I don't know, I just heard it has more PC or has more FPS. Now, I run medium on everything. I do have a 4090 graphics card, but I don't know. I feel like especially with the DX11, DX12, and let me go over that real quick. I think DX11 got taken out because they want to focus more on the DX12 build. They've already made a tweet about this. You can go look it up if you want. But DX12, I heard, doesn't have the most stable FPS. So if your game is laggy and stuttery for no reason, it might be DX12. I heard some fixes for that can be going into your graphic settings, clearing cache. Low and high settings really does not look that different to me. It's just, whatever's FPS is good. Now I have everything on medium. Okay, so I have this on linear. Sometimes it might say anastrophic. I'm not too familiar what it says, but linear, I feel like I've heard, and it's just, I just have it on. I think it just complements every other setting too. Have everything on medium. Do not have any of these off because sometimes if you do need to see shadows, but in Siege X, you can actually see your own shadow, which is pretty cool. Reflection, all that kind of stuff is fine. I have everything else off. This is like the blur around your scope, all that kind of stuff. I recommend having all this off. This is like the AI learning, just ignore this. I have anti-aliasing off. I believe this is like what makes your game look sharp. Test it on if you want it on or off, but I recommend us having it off. Okay, on the controls, drone speed boost, I have this on hold. This is basically a little drone boost that you get when you hold down your sprint button. Raw input, this is really up to you because I know some people actually have this on, but I just have it off. I don't question it. I just have it off. Mouse inversion, do not have this on. You're happy about, we might be asking, why is my sense so high? It's because I play on a Kickstarter multiplier. What does that mean? I'll actually show you guys real quick. So if you guys go to your files, and then you go to your documents, go to my games, go to Rainbow Six Siege, you basically go to your build. I believe this is my build. These are all like my other accounts, by the way. Go to game settings, and then you go down to, oh, also you can change your server down here. If you're on PC, that's how you do it. You just got to save it after. But if you go up here, mouse sensitivity multiplier unit, I have it on 0.002. Basically allows 7 on 0.02. It basically just multiplies it. Would be the same as 70/70, almost to an extent. It basically just allows me to fine tune a little bit more. Mouse ADS, I have it on 27. I actually should be a little bit higher than that, but 27. The only ones I would pay attention to is your 1X, which is like a holographic, and then 2.5, which is your ACOG. Never have it like this. Never, ever, ever. Always use advanced ADS. This also helps with the recoil too. If you're using a gun with a lot of recoil, I recommend hiring this. Mouse scroll, I just have it off because sometimes I might accidentally hit it and it just fucks me up. Gadget deployment advanced, this is like you're replacing a thermite charge or a bayonet charge, and then you could just cancel it. That way you're not stuck doing it and die. Drone deployment, advanced is basically when you throw the drone and you're not forced to get on your camera. Aim, hold, lean, hold, or toggle. Sprinting, I have it on hold, crouch, toggle, prone, toggle, walk, hold. Walking is basically like where it can move super slow on PC. Console doesn't need this though. My text chats are just O and P. Push to talk is C. My crouch is mouse button. So like this right here. I will say in the long term, it's not worth me switching. I'm already so good at the game that like my mechanics and settings don't matter as much at the level I play at. But it can sometimes be awkward. Like it kind of messes with your aim if you're, you know, just the way you grip your mouse, but it's just personal preference for me. I prone with Alt. I walk with caps lock. Bro, I saw someone reinforce the other day with a Q. That is crazy, bro. Who is reinforcing with Q? That was crazy. Primary gadgets, mouse button. Secondary gadgets, control. And the last thing you should know about is I Z-ping with Y. Now, the backstory behind that is because I used to edit in Fortnite, and I would use Y because of Mr. Savage M. Just muscle memory when I switched over. And then if you're wondering how I have a different name every time, like right now it has Sung Jin Woo. But yeah, that's only if you have the nickname on. Oh, okay. People always ask like, oh, how do you always have military names in your lobby? I saw Echo and I saw Washington in Uzi's video or Skittles video. If you guys rename players, would be on all. I probably should turn this back on, but nobody knows that it is me because I'm on a different account right now. That's also another reason why I don't play on my main account, is because even if I do have streamer mode name and they have R6 tracker, they can see my name is Athieno and they stream snipe, and this is their fucking losers. Matchmaking delay doesn't really do anything. Hidden, this is like if you're going on stream snipers. For me, I turn that off. This just shows like what server you're on your screen. Coming to the end, I have opted color light blue. I've been through every color of the rainbow, but I just been on blue lately. I think white's also a pretty good one too. I have this at like about 75, just so I can kind of see through my opacity a little, or my crosshair a little bit. Screen shake, turn this off. You don't need that on. Motion blur, I just have it on. I think you should just turn it on and off, see if you don't like it. I don't know. I don't even notice it. Dark layer, always have that on, or you won't over that. Now, a lot of people ask, why do I use orange on my team and blue on the attack? Because when I used to play competitive, this wasn't a thing. Orange meant you're on defense and attack meant you were on blue. And obviously this game's very defender sided, and back then defender and comp always felt like, you know, you're winning that map. So I was like, oh, orange might be a mental advantage. And even to this day, I prefer it being orange. It's just more of a warm color. I don't know. There's no big backstory to it. Chat scale, I just have like a 1 out of 10, like the chat in the bottom. But yeah, that's really about it. Now going into my peripherals, I'll show you guys. Now, right now, I am using a Logitech G Pro keyboard. It's upside down right now, but it's about an 80% keyboard, as up to the arrow keys. A lot of people ask like, how do I play music? F10, 11, and 12 are all bound to my Spotify, which means all I have to do like mid-round is just press it. Now, Spotify doesn't have its actual hotkeys. You have to go into your Logitech G Hub or whatever computer, laptop software, keyboard software you have, and then hotkey, the media key, which is basically like your press, play, next, forward, backward, previous on your actual computer. My Discord mute button, obviously here is tier 2. I'm using a Zowie U2, I believe. It's a wireless one. I used to use a super light. It's somewhere over here, but I also have a tens. I have two tens final mouse, but the Logitech one, there was a double click on the side button, so whenever I would crouch, I would uncrouch, and it would be really frustrating sometimes. But Zowie fits perfectly. It's okay. Otherwise, my monitor is 240 hertz. My side monitors for stream are about 144, I believe. Yeah, I have a monitor stand as well, which means it doesn't stand on the desk. It's just on an arm. Yeah, maybe in the future, I'll do a peripheral, a setup tour. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want that. Otherwise, I use Bose SoundSport on my earbuds. I don't believe they make this model anymore, but I actually have a backup model that I actually gave to my friend. But if it breaks down, then I'll just get back from him. But I've had these for about 5 years, so that's why I can't really give you advice on other earbuds, because I've just had this one all the time. My general advice for B, if you're trying to get good earbuds, is just literally go for good sound companies that make just good music just good sound. Bose, sure, go for those ones. Otherwise, that's And now I'm wireless, obviously, on my mouse too. Yeah, that's all my settings for now. And let's hop into a game and just kind of show you guys what my game looks like. Chat, if I were to play another game on stream, what would you want me to see Putin play? I feel like some people want a Marvel Rivals. Rust? I know Uzi plays Rust. It's Farming Simulator. Bro, what is Farming Simulator? Bro, I'm not gonna cap. I feel like it has potential, but it's just not for me. American Trucking Simulator. Jerkmate Ranked. Dude, this chat, bro. Can you imagine there was an actual game for that and it had actual rankings in that shit? Bro, I'm pretty sure that website does have that shit, bro. Probably like fucking Prestige Gooner or something like that. It has ranked? Dude, shut the fuck up. You're not being real right now. Shut up, dude. What the fuck? It does? What the f— It's a clicker game? You're in Platinum Polar. Grand Masturbator. Yo. I'm not even gonna try to look that up, bro. If I try to look that up, then boom, instant charm taken away. Ubisoft gonna come to my door. They're gonna be like, your charm, give it. Gold Gooner, Emerald Edger, General Gooner. What the fuck? Legion is Bronze Beater. What? Okay, I'm the lowest rank in there because I just don't do that shit. I'm not in Jerkmate ranked. If anything, I'm unranked in that shit. Bro, I'm not even level 1 in that game, bro. It's a corn website. Don't look it up. Dude, thank God you told me. I was about to look it up on stream. Thank God you told me, bro. Thank you for saving me. Top 5 anime: Bleach, Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan, Demons. I don't know. For me, it's Berserk actually because I read the manga. So I don't know. I feel like if I watch most of the anime I've watched at first, like, are all pretty good. Baki season 1 was pretty good too. It was just fucking brain rot.
Zami's on the default shield.
Bro, my sensitivity does not feel right today. Probably because I'm switching accounts.
When speaking head holes.
Can you clear that for us?
Yeah, I got you.
They also have a frost.
Okay, walk the master.
Oh my god, that guy's a moron, bro. Swings everything.
Reloading!
Is he in master? I don't have any drones. Can you just drone it?
Yeah, 1 second,
Bro,
actually.
this push is so chopped.
One statue.
No one's a master. One's like Astro or Solar, whichever one is called. I got the shit. Gotta go in the bathroom. Yeah, one behind the table. Changing max. I'm bringing the drone back up 1 second. I can red ping him. You want to swing this guy?
Yeah, ping him, Z-ping him.
Zami's on
Lang.
breach.
There's a hold the bomb in first.
Friendly last operator standing. One op 4 remaining. Seconds left. 10 seconds. Diffuser is online and active.
Nice shot.
My fucking god, he's 50 HP, bro. The Homelander buff did not work. The breast milk nerfed me, bro. My own ego got to me, bro. It was built in the character, bro. I wasn't gonna win with the Homelander skin. Fuck.
Why didn't you reload your AK?
I had like 14 bullets left, I'm pretty sure. Jinxie says you are 20% of your rank. The rest of it is your teammates. Do not solo queue unless you have to. Is that actually true? Yeah, I think like a general amount. But yeah, I mean, the bulk of what he's trying to say is that Siege is a team game. You can still define a player's like skills and value in solo queue. But for example, a guy with a high KD and an entry frag can only entry frag so well without a drone. But if he has teammates droning for him, covering for him, he's going to entry a lot better, right? But if that player's not enabled by his team, he might not know how good he is. Similar to like how there's no best player in Siege. Shaiko's not the best, Spoy's not the best, Bolo's not the best. What makes him play good though is they have a team that enables them, and that's the everlasting game that pro league teams will ever do, trying to enable all 5 of their players to make a super team and eventually win a championship. Charm looks good on your guns because call a combo. Yes sir. Make sure you subscribe for no ads and my in-game charm. Okay, let's lock in a little bit. I've been a little sloppy the past few games, but warmed up now. to an extent. Most hated map in the rank pool at the moment. Chat, name me the worst map in the rank pool right now. I will say I've had a miserable experience attacking Theme Park in solo. Theme Park in solo queue is up there. Emerald Plains next. Skyscraper is actually manageable because... Ooh, actually. Skyscraper is up there because it's so separated. It depends on your teammates, bro. Layer is not that bad. I actually think... Because, I mean, in order to get good at a map, you have to actually play it, not ban it all the time. A casino type map? Yeah, like, because I feel like either a casino, aquarium, maybe another abandoned place, who knows? Imagine they add a school map, America map, based on a true American story. This is what I do all the time. I go Flores, and then we're gonna help a little bit with the team, and then we're gonna just go for a solo play after. And let's see if my calculation is right this round. Okay, see if I actually deserve it. You look like you're going on a date after. What do you mean by that? What's the stream schedule? Right now, in the afternoons. So like around this time, a few hours ahead and before. Okay, we're gonna pre-place a drone here. Yep, they have an Azami. Perfect. I'm gonna bring the... Can we get an ace? An ace? Yes. No ace. That is totally okay. I'm hogging the diffuser as well. Never forget the study camera too. You spawn out. We're also gonna go get the Astro window one here. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do this. Nobody here. Wait, they have just no holes. Well, all right, now let's go ahead and use all of our Flores drones. Fingers AFK and spawn. Where's their Azami? Is there a Azami in study or what? I don't see a single Azami barrier here. Yo, wait, what? Yo, I'm fucking taking this shit. What do you mean, bro?
God, pulse is below.
They always get so talkative before they bleed out.
Dude, interrogation in sight? Are you kidding me? I'm planting, cover me. There's a post below, isn't it? I'm dead.
Last one's below, last one's below.
Last stop standing.
One's below. Probably gonna go up Astro or Red.
I'm watching Astro.
Going Wolf, going Wolf. Nice, good
There we
job.
go. But that is exactly what I'm talking about, chat. You need to make that play. Otherwise, we just get very stagnant. Nothing happens. Another one's gonna hop in. Dude, this guy has 4 mute jammers in his pocket. What? Well, Mike can try to run out after.
Down to 15 seconds.
Nice, just fire run.
Planner dead.
Operator standing.
You have one C4. You have one C4. You can try to get close. No, you can't see.
5
What? What? No. What? You see it, right?
Mission failed. All friendlies have been neutralized.
Yo, mute.
Nah, bro, he does not know how to play.
Do me a favor and hop that ad on Roblox, bro.
Yo, my bad, bro. I was distracted, dog. I was on the phone.
Distracted? Found Elamines in your brother's room. Is he cooked? Wait, your brother? What? Game of Throws. Okay. Guys, it's fine. We're gonna make a comeback. We can't lose to Ligma, bro.
Getting blue hatch.
Reload needed.
It will be fine. How many goils do we have on main? One goil on main. I can't swap yet. They're all on 3rd floor right now.
Stay alive, stay alive, stay alive. I'm hitting the flank of the sentry.
Mav's on the hatch. Maverick dead.
Good kill.
They're still 3rd floor. You said bottom main?
I'm 3rd floor. Yeah, bottom main. IQ dead. On hatch. Ledge on main, bro, or demo. Bottom main. So it's gonna die if you can do that.
One's gonna come blue.
I have bottom main cam, 2 bottom main. They're droning in Moto. Hitting Moto. Yo, they're pushing long haul, Demos long haul. On D. 1 Moto.
15
On
seconds.
long. In Moto now.
Dear God, bro.
Another one there planning
what?
on D ping. Planning on D ping. In moto.
5 seconds to go.
It's off plant, pushing you. Wow.
Nice try, nice
Failed.
try.
All friendly.
Dude, like, bro, I swear to God. Bro. Yeah, bro. Like,